Welcome back to the Jewish Goodbye and Tacos. As you know, you don't have to be Jewish at all to watch the show or religious. You just have to like tacos, life tacos.
A truly authentic taco that I grew up with, Hebrew National hot dog, a nice cottage cheese, and a pico tomato. Just like Mom used to make.
All right, despite being raised in a kosher household, and that taco was not kosher, by the way. You can't mix meat and dairy, everybody knows that.
Unkosher.
It's like the second rule of kosher. First rule of kosher is you do not talk about kosher.
Not talk about
Kosher. I'm gonna give you my take on it as a Jew that grew up in a kosher household. So we're gonna put 30 seconds on the clock. If you have 30 seconds to waste, we're gonna find out the top 3 things that you should know about what kosher is. Because I've asked some people out there what they know about kosher, and it's typically shockingly nothing. Like, is that those pickles? Like, yeah, we do have kosher pickles that are delicious, but that's not quite, doesn't make the top 3 anyways of what kosher is. So let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Here we go. At the end of this 30 seconds, you're gonna be much more knowledgeable about what kosher is. Starting with number 1. All right, it's a specific animal that you can eat and a specific animal that you can't. Typically, anything that is hooves you cannot eat. So for example, pig, pork is out. With the ocean, as an example, maybe lobster and big one, shrimp, my favorite, is out because they're both shellfish. It has to be scaled. Number 2, how you kill the animal is a big thing. It's a specific process that is typically more humane, and you drain out, as I understand it, all the blood of the animal. So it's typically healthier. It's like one continuous motion with a knife to kill it. Again, much more humane way to kill the animal. With halal, I think it's very similar, just you say a specific prayer prior to killing the animal. And then number 3, as we're wasting time, you cannot mix meat and dairy. This is a big one. Unfortunately, that means, yes, that you cannot eat cheeseburgers.
Unkosher.
That fucking sucks. But on top of that, you can't mix any meat and dairy. That means that if you're preparing a meal, like chicken or beef or whatever, can't have like dairy mashed potatoes that are made with milk. It's gonna be a kosher meat meal or a kosher dairy meal.
There are loopholes, of course. Okay, so let me give you an example. So this right here, classic no-no, all right? Meat and cheese, ooh, and they touched, all right? This is an absolute no-no here. Textbook not kosher. Now, through the magic of the paper plate, we are now kosher, everybody. The paper plate has done it again. You have to love a good loophole.
Yeah, this is like Armageddon too, basically.
A lot of these things go back to, yeah, what the Torah said, but it also goes back to, some people follow it to be more mindful about what they eat, or to be part of something bigger than themselves, to feel connected to their culture. There's a lot of reasons to do it, but most of it goes back to, tradition and health reasons. Almost everything goes back in a lot of ways to health reasons. So like the meat and dairy thing, as I understand it, one of the reasons is because, pigs were dirty. The animal portion, like those were dirtier animals. Like lobster is a bottom feeder, as an example. A lot of plates and dishes were made out of clay, and the microbes of the dairy would get into the clay and then cause cross-contamination, and people would get sick, yada yada. So a lot of it really came down to health perspective. But I am curious. There's a lot of different ways to follow kosher, a lot of different ways, and I'm curious. Leave in the comments how you grew up. If you're kosher or halal, what I missed, what I really fucked up, what you would add, and more than anything, I'm curious about the loopholes.